Case IH Steiger 715 wheeled version is now completed. Today, we're going to take a look at it. This is mod from KarlFarms and Custom Modding, and it may look familiar to you guys because just recently we received the Steiger 715 Quadtrac. Now, if you know about this mod and you know about all of its customization options like front options, windows and cabins, floor coverings, and more, well, all of those options are the same. However, instead of track options, now we have wheel options. But again, as mentioned, all of the other customization options are the same. Pricing is also a little bit cheaper with the wheeled version as well, starting at $897,000 as opposed to $1,067,000. All of the information on the left-hand side is also the same, with the exception of one thing. The weight. This actually weighs like 5 tons less, at least in its starting trailer bar wheeled version, but we've got a lot of wheel options, so let's take a look at them. In trailer bar, we have the 960R38 singles, then we have a 3-meter spacing on those. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that before, but I love that 3-meter spacing on there. We also have 870R38 duals with weights, and then we can bump those up to the 960R38 duals with weights, and then back into our standard. In Michelin tires, we get a couple more options here. So we start with the 710 70R42 duals, then we can throw weights on those, then we bump it up to the 800 duals with weights, then the 900 singles, 900 with a 3-meter spacing, 900 with the duals, to weights, and then back down. Options from Continental are very similar. We start with a 710 70R42 dual, then we can throw some weights on there. We go with the 800 duals with weights, go up to the 900 singles, 900 with 3-meter spacing, duals with weights, and back down. And mind us, there's only 4 options here. We have the 710 70R42 with duals with weights, and then we go with the 800s duals with weights as well. Jumping over to BKT, even the same there, although we do have the 960R38 duals with weights, which are just absolute monsters, but nothing compared to what we're going to see shortly. In Vredestein, we have the 870R38 duals with weights, but that is it there, and then we get into the fun stuff. Lizard options give us some pretty cool options, including 1400 LSW duals. Let's take a look. So we start with the 1100s, then we throw weights on there. We go with a 3-meter spacing, then we go up to the 1100 dual options with or without weights. Then we have the 1250s, singles with weights, duals with weights, and then they get big. We have the LSW 1400 30R46s with or without weights, and even in duals. Oh, that's so cool. Then we've got the OT 520 85R42 trips. And then we can throw weights on those as well. Go up to the OT 520 or 80R50 triples with weights, and then a little bit bigger, and then back down to standard. Obviously, I think one of the most recognizable setups is going to be this, the 1400s. Oh, that's so cool. But as mentioned, everything else is exactly the same. So for front options, we have standard, we have 1,000 pounds, 2,200, rock box, throw on those weights, and you're good. Window tint gives us a default, a light tint, a dark tint, black tint, and default, or, light, medium, and dark. Design, we have US as well as EU and an oversized, which is pretty cool. In-cabin monitors, we have none. Field viewer, precision planting and field viewer, real dashboard, field viewer and real dashboard, or none. I just go with the last one every time because you get more monitors. Floor coverings on the inside, we have a default, cardboard, and a carpet, which looks fantastic. Exhaust, we have default and a rain cap. I like the rain cap, but default works too. Attachments on the very back with the rear hitch. We have a weight bracket. We can also do a 3,100 pounds, 4,500 pounds quick hitch, and then back to a standard rear hitch. Fleet numbers, these are going to be on the back. These go 1 through 9, but we always go 3 for Dale. And then we've got main colors of Case IH red. We have a black, silver, and Steiger green. Gotta love that. Design color options, these are going to be the same, but they are your seats. And then lastly, we have rim colors. We have a couple different options here, including standard, gray, dark gray, black, white, and Steiger green. This thing actually looks pretty epic, all decked out in Steiger green with everything. Oh, so cool. Jumping in the game now, taking a look around the outside. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen such large wheels, but as always with everything that Karl and Custom Modding do, details are everywhere. So as far as I know, everything you find on the real machine, you will find only here. Let's take a listen to that startup sound. Sounds like we still have a meet me porn. There are a few things that we can change. So just like in the Quadtrac version, we could change one of the monitors on the inside. You can raise and lower the steering wheel. The left side door will open and close. If you want to spin around in the cabin, you could totally do that. Not too far, but it also moves you, which is pretty cool. And we can also open up the hood, which is just an awesome thing. So you can get in here, take a look at details and stuff like that. I don't actually think, I can clip a little bit. You can kind of see some of the details in there. So cool. Now, because this is a KarlFarms creation here, we've got to check. Oh, look at that. Even with quads on here, 8 wheels, we could still manage to get up and down that. That is such a cool thing. This was introduced first back in Farm Sim 19 with the Quadtracs then. Look at that. Look at that. So much flex. And as far as lighting at night goes, whenever you turn it on, you get lights, of course, in the cabin. Being able to show you off of those screens, we get some running lights in the front. Then our first set is going to be headlights and tail lights. Second set is going to be a lot of lights all the way around. And then the third set is more lights all the way around. So no matter what you're doing, you should be able to see when you're working at night. Look at this. This is ridiculous. And here's an example of it in the field, just so you can kind of see how much far out you can see. And there you go. That is your Case IH Steiger 715 wheeled from KarlFarms and Custom Modding. Big shout out to those guys for sending it over. If you have any questions about the tractor, let me know. If you haven't checked it out, the 715 Quadtrac's already in game for all platforms, so make sure you go get that if you haven't already. Otherwise, have a great day. See you later.